So Jazz, it's the second show.
Yeah.
And you just scored a pretty big interview with...
I did. Josh Pastner, the head coach for the Memphis basketball team.
So why don't you toss our audience over?
Let's check it out. I'm sitting here with Coach Josh Pastner, head coach for the Memphis Tigers basketball team. How are you?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm fine. I know with basketball and having to be in so many different places, it's hard to have time for yourself. So how's that going for you? Do you have time for yourself?
Well, I do the best I can. It's not an easy thing. Your time, the responsibilities, because obviously you have, I've got a family, but my team is, the team is my family too.
Exactly.
So you have a lot of responsibilities to not only your immediate family, but also to the team family in a sense that
rest the most. I know every coach is not the same. You said you're big on resting. Are you?
I believe in I believe we've got to do our job here, making sure that we give our young student athletes, our young men, every opportunity for them to succeed on and off the floor, and that we teach them about responsibility, accountability, doing things the right way, understanding what's right and wrong, understanding what principles is, understanding what standards are, so that when they leave here, they're prepared to enter society and be a very productive member of society. And if, God willingly, they're good enough to play in the NBA and make a lot of money and they can play 10 years in the NBA, well, if they're that fortunate, they still got another, 60, 70 years to live their life after basketball. I mean, life doesn't just shut down. I mean, you still got to live, and you still have to be a productive member, and those are some of the lessons that we're hoping to teach them. Not just bookwork stuff, but also real life stuff too.
I was ask. There's been a bit of confusion surrounding one of your players, Jalen Kendrick, being suspended. Would you mind?
Jalon,
yeah. Would you mind briefly touching on that?
Yeah. And I'm glad because I want to mention two names because people think it's Jalen. It's Jalon Kendrick, and people think Tarek. It's Tark Black. So Tark. So names,
Jalon and Tark.
Yeah, Jalon and Tark. So that way their parents aren't.
Right. I understand. Yeah.
But here's the situation with Jalon. It's a personal situation right now. I know there's a lot of confusion, and I can understand that. And I'm going to give you a general understanding, but my first and foremost, everything that we want here is about the student athlete's welfare. I want to do what's best for the student athlete. It's not about the athlete students, it's about the student athletes, about them as a human being. That's one. Secondly, we are, if there's anything with the NC2A or with against the law, discipline will come from myself and within the university council, and talking to the appropriate people. If it's anything that's an internal manner, I determine the discipline. Right. And that's where it is right now. We're in an internal manner. I say that, and I want to always protect the kid, obviously, because I think I want to do that because I care about, again, student athlete welfare is my first and foremost. So, but right now, once the issue is resolved, we will then revisit the situation and go from there.
All right, then. So for yourself and the team this year, what are some goals? Of course, it's to get to the tournament, the Final Four, but what are some maybe internal goals that you have for yourself as a coach and for the team as a whole?
A lot of people have asked about the goals. My thing is I want us to play hard, compete, play with a passion, have us play with a sense of urgency, play with such energy and enthusiasm every possession. Right. And if we do that, I think the result will take care of itself. And that's where I focus, like we talked about, focusing back on us, not the opponent.
Okay. Well, Mr. Pastner, that is all I have for you today.
Well, you did a great job. What year are you in school?
Much. I'm a senior.
You're a senior? Okay,
yes,
great. And your major is journalism?
Right, yes, sir. Broadcast
congratulations to you. She'll be a future star. And,
thank you.
And she just hopefully not forget about us when she's on
of course
Sports
not.
Center or wherever else, ABC, NBC, CBS, whatever you're doing.
Thank you. Yeah. And you don't even realize how big this is for me.
Good. I'm glad to be able to help out.
On behalf of the Conversation team, I appreciate you and good luck on this season.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, how was that?
That interview was amazing. Josh Pastner is such a pleasant person to interview.
Let me go ahead and tell you, this is the future Pam Oliver right here. All right?
Thank you. Okay. So tune in with us next month because Josh actually has a pretty big interview himself.
That's right. I have an interview with the comedian and playwright Irma Johnson. Be sure to tune in next month. And for The Conversation, I'm Joshua Bolden.
And I'm Jasmine Vann. Be sure to check us out on theconversation.weebly.com.
That's it, baby.